Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to the Chupacabra tutorials channel. I'm your host Larry, and today we're going to be talking about how you grow things inside of Subnautica 2, because it's a little different. It's similar but different to the way that it worked in Subnautica 1 and Below Zero. So I'm here at the Research Outpost, which is about 1,300 meters directly east of the Lifepod. So you can just go straight east, skim along the surface until you see a giant spire under the water, and then you can head down. If you skim along the surface, no squids will eat you. And so once you get to this research outpost, you can scan the two grow beds. There's one here on the roof, and then there's one here on the ground. And then from here, you can actually start planting things. And the way that it works is both simple and, like, at the same time, a little less intuitive than it used to be. Everything in Subnautica 1 had seeds or a graph that you had to cut from the original plant before you could plant it. Now you build it with the builder tool. So if we pop out of my ship here and I open up my base building tool, you can go to cultivation, and inside of here is where you'll find the grow bed. They just take one titanium a piece, and they're very modular in how they're built, just like the rest of the base, where you can very quickly take over the roofs of your base and start to build a large garden. From here, you can start growing things, and depending on what it is, you may need a piece of that original plant, or you might not. Things like these rot sacks require you to have some of the original seed plants in order to grow them, and then they grow with the little cage attached to them. And then other plants, like this mimic pylon, the electrical plants, these ones just need some random fibrous pulp from any plant and some copper in order to grow them. And you can put these like in the corner if you want. They just provide some light, and they're kind of cool and glowy. I like those for that. Other plants are similar, like the macaroni sponge. These ones are a little bit larger, and they just require some plant pulp in order to grow. And then other ones still that are super useful, like the necrolized cysts, these ones require some of the actual cysts from the parent plant in order to grow as well. And the nice thing about this is I would say that these actually grow a lot faster than plants used to inside of Subnautica 1. So if you harvest these plants, it won't take them very long to completely regrow. So you can see in here, you can already see the original plants that I put out over here are 17% grown already over the course of just talking in this video. You can see that these ones are 6%, these ones are 9%. This bad boy is, well, it doesn't really have a growth percentage because it just gets bigger. You can't really harvest it for anything. And then you've also got these freesia flowers, which you can find in this area. And these are basically just like space cabbage or space lettuce. These just kind of grow a flower that you can harvest for straight up fibrous pulp. So you have a lot of options when it comes to growing different plants. And it's a great way to get a whole bunch of resources and not really having to worry about as many things like having to find water, when you can just use the pulp from these plants in order to get water. So that's sort of a look at how the whole grow bed system works inside of Subnautica. You can grow a whole bunch of stuff, and there's really no limit to how big a bed you can have. You can grow acid, these little acid purple plants. You can grow the green ones. You can grow these rot sacks. You can grow space cabbage. You can make separate planters. You can make one big massive planter. All it really takes is some plant pulp, a few different pieces of different plants depending, and you can have a lush, gorgeous garden. And all you have to do is make it to this research station to unlock it. So that'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Larry. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.